Hello there, my name is Anthony Burokas of IEBA Communications, and today I have an interesting little software solution for those needing to do virtual sets using just their cell phone. When doing live streaming productions, a lot of times you see these days, there's a virtual background or a background replacement, whether it be green screen, blue screen, or even just a background blur on Teams or Zoom, period. But there's a new tool out there that actually lets you do sort of the same motion tracking with perspective background replacement that feature films are using in LED sound stages, like the volume that is used on The Mandalorian. They replace the background with video that's being created on the fly, and it tracks the camera movements. So as the perspective changes, the background that's projected behind the person, it also changes. Now, you can do that with an LED volume, but you can also do it with a green screen and using tracking software on the camera. The real trick now comes with cell phones that have tracking built in, whether it be through using the multiple cameras to assess depth or LiDAR built into the device itself, and assessing when you move the camera, whether you pan it left and right, tilt up and down, or move it from side to side. Now, full disclosure, I saw this mentioned in an NAB news release in 2023. I paid my money for the service, and I am using it just like any end user would be able to use it at this point in time. Being a software app on a mobile device, it is subject to what device you have versus what device I have, your internet capability because it uses a live connection, and also future updates that are available after this video is made. It is $25 a month subscription to be able to use it, and I'm going to be using Ethernet for my connection here. So I have an Ethernet adapter, and I am using the screencasting out to an Apple TV to be able to watch it. You could go completely wirelessly, using Wi-Fi and screencasting. I am trying to get a little bit more reliability by using an Ethernet connection into my cell phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch Skyglass here, and it's immediately going to go to the clean output from the mobile device to the feed that's over here on your right. And here I'm holding it out in front of me, and as I move the camera, you can see that it tracks with me using the camera's sensors to assess how far I'm moving, how fast I'm moving, and track the background. Now, I have a green screen behind me, but I have not taught this to use a green screen. So you can see there's a little bit of mistake going on here around my hands and things like that. If you use a green screen, you could have it select the green screen. But what it's doing right now is it's actually keying just me. And if I move away, now there's no green screen behind me, and it is still doing a clean key. If I teach it the green screen, the key will be cleaner around me, but then you're limited to just the green screen area. This is what it looks like on the phone itself. You can see I'm doing the key, and up here on the right, it says tap here to switch environments. I'll get to that in a second. Right here, you can record the video internally. Like I said, I'm switching it out you can use this for live switching. You can also see there's a delay between me speaking and the video that is being returned from the mobile device itself. There is a delay in this processing. You can spin this camera around and now look at the rear cameras, and I'm not there. Touching this icon up here will open up a whole set of camera controls, including focus lock, white balance, exposure compensation, and color filters. Down here, this is where you would tap your green screen. Let me spin this around. And now this is the green screen version. You can see that my green screen is not totally matching all the way around. And also when I reach the end of the green screen is now the end of the keying. That's only if you're using the green screen mode. You can get a better edge, but you're limited to the green screen area. So we can turn that off. So this is using AI background assessment, which is part of where the delay comes from. Now up here, this is where you can access other backgrounds, whether it be a cool cityscape. Let me spin this camera back around. And now as I move the camera up and down or around, you can see how well this thing tracks the built-in camera. And again, if I point all the way up, you can see I'm not locked into just looking at the green screen. I have to say, I'm very impressed with how well this thing tracks, but will you be using a Cyberpunk 2032 background in your live streaming? Maybe not, but you are not limited to those. You can come over here. You can do a cityscape. This one I found particularly useful. It is a full set. One of the features here is it actually lets you set the height of the camera in the set. So you can see it's set to 5 feet 7 inches, which is actually my height. And when you tap on this, it's going to let you adjust the height. I'm showing you this interface, but now let me actually put it up. And here is me on the set. And let me tap this. And now I can make myself higher, or I can put the camera lower. To match the actual placement of the camera facing me. So if the camera's at 5 feet, you want to have the environment at 5 feet. You don't want to be tilting up from a low angle, but then have the camera as if it's higher, or you don't want to have a disparity between the virtual environment and the real environment. Another really cool feature of this is the ability to move around the environment. So if you just wanted to use this app to create stills in a virtual environment, but move around the environment so that you have those stills where you can use them where you want them, let me show you how to do that. Now right here, it has a little game controller icon. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to get two icons. The left one lets me move around the environment, up, down, left, and right. This one lets me move forward and back. So let me show you what that is like. So here's the environment. Again, I'm using the rear cameras, so there's no person in front of it to key. But like, this is an interesting angle. But what if I wanted to have two people and have a different angle? So I can move to the left and rotate to the right. And then zoom in or walk in, move over to the left again. And now I have the reverse angle shot. And this is outputting 1080p from my phone. I could just literally grab that frame and use that as a background for a standing, talk with a virtual set. Well, what if I wanted a different angle? Well, I can move over here and I could walk down here and not have that top headlines thing. Move back a little bit. Pan left. Back up. There we go. So someone could be standing right in that space. And of course, like I said, this is tracking. So if I want to just look around, I can move this. I can move my cell phone and change the view. If I wanted to look up a little bit, I mean, it's a full virtual environment. Ceiling, floor, and everything. There's the floor. The app also says it will load Unreal environments into the app. So that means you can create your own virtual environment and utilize it in the phone itself. Like with most all iTunes subscriptions, you purchase it once, I have it on multiple devices. And that indeed is a very cool feature if you plan on using this for multiple cameras in an actual environment. There is also built into the system here in a generative AI background. So you can generate backgrounds, and the level of service that I am paying for lets me generate 200 backgrounds. So we're going to click on that, and Gothic cathedral interior with soaring arches, realistic. So you can pick a digital painting, anime, fantasyland, sci-fi, cyberpunk, modern computer animation, dreamlike, oil painting, sky, interior views, pen and ink, technical drawing, cartoon, claymation, super art, holographic testing. So I'm going to go with realistic. I actually want something realistic. Let's just say indoor modern office indoor modern, helps if I spell it right, office conference room. All right, and I'm going to say generate that for me. And let's switch cameras so that I can, and this is what it generated. I can look around the room, and that is not bad at all. And the outside the windows is, well, the windows don't line up exactly. But I think if you're focused on the content in the scene, that's not going to be as big of a deal. Let's try another one. Let us try. And here we go. I've got an outdoor modern patio area, and here is my patio furniture. So if I come over here and I adjust I'm trying to find the height. Oh, interesting. There's also a kitchen area and a sink with no basin, but no stove. So we're not going to look at the kitchen. There's a pool that kind of leads into a pool-ish thing. The patio furniture looks good. And that leads to another cove area in the background. So as long as you're not paying too particular attention to the what looks to be like two different kinds of green bushes and a diving board that goes off into the bushes, or a couch that goes into the bushes, and trees that don't move, of course, you know, because this is a still, it's not a moving set. But there is definitely, like, the detail that would be there in an actual set is not going to be there in a virtual set. And I guess you'll have to go through multiple prompts to make sure that the diving board doesn't go into the bushes. but that's what that's generally what AI does right now, is it gives you these odd decisions. This table with a sink that has no basin. And oh, there's a stove over there in the corner-ish. So pick your angle and it could look okay. Let's try one more. I want to try beach. Sunny afternoon beach with no people or furniture. I'm going to say generate that. All right, well, let's give this a shot. I apparently have a cabana here, although I specifically said no furniture. I have furniture, but I have a view this way out at the beach and a view this way out at the beach. And so that could kind of work if I wanted to have like two angles of people sitting at the beach like that and like that, or even like a straight ahead angle like that with the right lighting and a couple, wicker, beach chairs or something like that. That could possibly work. So the tools to make your video look better and better are getting easier to use and more affordable. You don't need to start with anything complex, a light, a green screen, and a cell phone, and like that. You can have a fantastic looking video, move around the environment, and do a whole lot more with just a phone. My name is Anthony Burokas for IEBA Communications. Thanks for watching.